games, comics, anime. Codenamed Epic.
What's my favorite voice to do? Well, usually the one I'm working on currently. Right now, I'm Skips on a regular show. And let's see, I'm doing a recurring character on How to Train Your Dragon. Yeah! He's not from the movie, but he's in the TV show. He's a very stupid sort of Viking, I don't like him. He's very, I guess he's very East End London, he is. He's very stupid. His name is, what's his name? His name's Eric. I think it's Eric, yeah, he's a very stupid Viking. I've done him about half a dozen times. I'm doing one on Wednesday. Let's see, and then I'm a heavy on this new Disney series called Motor City that doesn't come out until next year. Yeah. How do you know that? Woo! It was
like 2 panels ago.
Oh, there was a panel?
2 panels ago.
Oh, wow. They show any footage?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Was Andrea Romano there?
No.
She's the director. Who was there?
No.
People from Titmouse.
Okay. Oh, the owners of Titmouse. Yeah. What looking guy? Alan Tudyk looking guy? I don't know. Who's Alan Tudyk? Oh, sure, yeah, okay. But just because personally, what my history of what I liked when I was a kid, and the responsibility of taking on the mantle of the character, I'd have to say the Joker.
Yeah!
Because it meant something to me, it meant something to me when I was a kid, and it meant something to me when I saw it on television with Cesar Romero, when I saw the movie with Jack Nicholson, or when I see the movie with Heath Ledger, or when I see any of the variations on television with Kevin Michael Richardson, or Jeff Bennett, or even John DiMaggio in Under the Red Hood. I mean, it's an important character. In fact, it was almost too important. I said, look, I want to be on Batman, but and they gave me a part. I wound up playing Victor Freeze's boss in the Heart of Ice episode, which was the first Mr. Freeze. Ferris Boyle, I think his name was. My kid goes, hey Dad, Boyle, the opposite of Freeze. I said, I didn't even get that. That's how dumb I am. Oh yeah, I get it. But, so they put me on that. They just gave me that part because, they wanted a celebrity on their show. They like celebrities on their show. But when it came to the Joker, they said, do you want to audition for that? They weren't going to just give me that, see? So I said, well, sure. I didn't think much about it. I did say to my agent, this is a little kind of high profile. I mean, I'd rather do a film that's never been done before, like Ra's al Ghul or Clayface, or somebody where you don't have any expectations of what they sound like. Batmite. For all you Batman haters out there. But anyway, no, so my point is when I eventually auditioned, you don't really think in terms of actually getting the part. It's just it's an exercise. You're going to go, they give you a sheet of paper with lines on it, one black and white drawing of the Joker. You don't see any footage or anything. Nobody talks to you and says, he's this or that, or they just, say, go. And I remember, it's one of the first drawings of the Joker ever done. I'm sure you've seen it if you've bought any of the books or anything. I think he's got his hand up like this, and he's showing all of his teeth, which made me really think of the Blue Meanies in Yellow Submarine. Which, if you notice in Joker, sometimes he does that kind of lovey, he gets into that lilty kind of off his meds sounds. But I do remember when I pulled out of the parking lot. See, I've been doing Amadeus for about 9 months on the road, and I did it on Broadway. And in that play, Mozart's supposed to have a laugh that's shocking to everyone because he writes all this beautiful music, and then he prays. Peter Schaffer was the playwright, and he just said it just has to be a laugh that rocks everybody back on their heels. So I've been playing around. I mean, 8 a week. You have to guard against boredom. So I was trying to keep it fresh for myself by playing with the laugh, you know? Like, I'm gonna do Art Carney tonight, or I'm gonna do Curly from the Three Stooges. You know, just as nobody will really know I'm literally doing those characters, but just have that flavor, have it infused with a, or whatever it is. Not that literal. But my point is, as I'm leaving the audition for the Joker, I was very cocky in my head. I said, that's the best Joker they'll ever hear. And if they don't hire me, they're out of their minds. And so there. Then about a week later, my agent calls and goes, well, they want you. I said, for what? They said, for the Joker. I went, oh no, oh no, I can't do the Joker. First of all, I don't remember what I did. Number two, whatever I do, there's going to be a percentage of the audience that hates it because they've been imagining in their head so long how he sounds. That's why I wanted a lower profile guy, you know, well, who's going to be critical of how Clayface sounds? So, I meant the pendulum swung. I mean, I went 180 degrees in the other direction. I said, I can't do this. I mean, I can't remember how I did it. And, you know, of course, I have an actor friend that said, boy, and you're brave, too. I said, what do you mean brave? Well, I wouldn't want to follow Jack Nicholson in anything. Oh, no! I forgot about Jack! It's even worse than I thought! Sounding like Sam Kinison now. But, so I was really nervous, and also, too, I was replacing an actor, so they'd already finished 6 episodes. I didn't meet the cast until like the 7th or 8th episode. By that time, it was wonderful. I mean, the way Batman was done was my favorite way of doing it, where you have the entire cast there, you go in chronological order from page 1 to page whatever it is. You take some notes, you know, some changes, you break for 15 minutes, you come back, and then you record it in order. Let me know when the Sushi Girl people are here. I don't want to...
They're on their way. They're coming up right now.
Oh, good.
They're taking a longer time. Their sweet time. You know how long it takes to make sushi?
Yes, yes. Well, here's what happened. Now, I should probably try and explain this to all of you good people. When we did Arkham Asylum, I couldn't believe how well it turned out. In terms of security. So basically, my comment was more about trying to find a way to not overstay my welcome. I said, I can't keep doing this. I don't think we should do Arkham City. We'll never be able to talk Arkham Asylum. So it's got to be my last, guys. It was more in that spirit. You know, it wasn't definitively saying, that's the last time I'll ever do it. Although there is a flavor of the 99% in there, because Warner Brothers is a corporation, and they don't treat you the way you would imagine they treated, say, Jack or Heath. Do you get my drift? And yet at the same time, I don't want somebody that's working at Burger King in Kansas City saying, oh, boo-hoo, he's only making 6 figures instead of 7. And yet, that last game made $532 billion. And yet they led past poverty. They said, you know, we really don't have much in the budget, but we really want you to be Joker because the fans really like you as Joker, and we know you love doing it. So they really play on that. All right, now that ends the Mark Hamill portion of the
Again, let's thank the whole cast of Sushi Girl for coming out tonight. You know, this is a first-year show, and our show is all about the fans. My team and I have been working a whole year to make you guys the best show that's affordable. This show is for you guys, Los Angeles, and for geeks everywhere. So thanks for all the support. And if this is what we got you the very first year with a limited budget, just imagine what we're going to do next year. And I promise you, as the CEO of Comikaze Expo, that our tickets will always be affordable, and it will always be say no to high-priced shows. And then I need a big thanks for the man that made this all happen, Oscar Torres. Hell's up here today, the bad kids code of hell, everything. So again, give it up for this guy. I mean, come on, Mark! Can I get a big Comikaze is awesome for the video camera right there from the audience? 1, 2, 3.
Thank you guys all for coming. Again, this is a very cool project that some of my friend Dustin over there told me about it. I thought it was very. The guy with the mohawk there, you might see him every once in a while on reality television, but he's a phenomenal writer. I've known him for years. And he told me about this project a while back, and I just thought it had a very goofy name. It's called Sushi Girl, but I like the idea of it. I like the idea of a naked girl and you eat sushi off her. And as it's come together, it's become a really, really cool project. And hearing about some of the guys here involvement and you know, when it got made, you know, current director, it's a great filmmaker, I've known for years too. I thought that this would be a great place to showcase some of the talent involved in some of in this project. And I'm gonna hand it over here to Neil, who's a producer on it, and let these guys do their thing. Again, thanks for coming.
Alright, well I guess my name is Neil and I'm one of the producers of Sushi Girl. I think what we might want to do first is just show you guys the trailer so you see what we're talking about. Some of you may have seen it online, but if you haven't, we'll show the trailer and some clips here really fast. How do we set that up? Really fast.
In a minute.
Okay. All right. Well, while we're setting it up, we'll.
Mark will take it. Mark will.
Exactly.
It's a New York minute. A New York minute.
The introductions. So yeah, I'll go ahead and do introductions. We have starting right here. We have Noah Hathaway from A Never-Ending Story. There's some interesting stories about how we got him in the movie, but that'll be saved for later. Next, we have Kern Saxton. He's one of the writers, and he's the director, the editor, and so on. Next, we have James Duvall, who's been in a ton of movies. Suran Saran is one of the producers on the movie with me. Mohawk, I mean Destin Pfaff. He's the writer along with Kern, and he's also the producer of the movie. Then we have the godfather of Sushi Girl, aka Duke. He's been in a ton of movies. Of course, everyone knows him as Candyman, Klingon, and so on. Tony Todd. Then we have the gem. Her name is Courtney Palm. She's been in some independent films, and she's working on a bigger budget movie soon. But what's amazing about this movie is that she is the only woman in the whole movie.
Yeah.
And she represents women well. Next, we have Andy McKenzie, who's been in MacGruber, Burn Notice. He's been in a ton of stuff. You should. Yeah, True Blood, of course. Yeah. Of course, Mark.
We had a little mini panel while you guys were arriving, so we'll skip right over to David here. David Dasmalchin.
But of course, we're all going to pressure filmmakers to make the killing joke, right?
Yeah!
yeah, okay. No, that came about because of that whole thing about me not doing Joker anymore, and then someone said, well, would you come out of retirement? I said, oh, they do the Killing Joke, I do that in a heartbeat. But you know how Alan Morgan's so cranky, he hates all the adaptations and everything? Maybe we should just do it on a book on tape. How could he object to a word-for-word interpretation? Maybe we can get away with that. And we introduced Dave Desmalchian now.
Exactly. And last but not least, we have David Desmalchian. Speaking of Batman, you may recognize his handsome face from The Dark Knight. So what I'd like to do is, while we're still kind of waiting for the DVD to be put in place.
That's the big movie.
Well, you know that when we did that, I thought, oh wow, here's our like first version of Star Wars. We had Doug Trumbull from Star. We had some of the effects people
From 2001.
Yeah, and, as well. And you know, Roland was also the writer-director, was hugely influenced by the early Star Wars films that you were part of. So for all of us, we felt like we were trying to enter into that foray in some way.
I still think it was smart that the White House was a model that you blew up.
Yeah.
Because you know, the models always look better than CGI, in my opinion.
Woo!
They're there because they have depth, they have weight, and even if it's smaller, it's an object, it's an actual size. So
It gives it a physical presence. And the thing
Yes,
was
exactly.
is that all the effects, you know, being a part of this movie, I thought one of the amazing things was to come down to the effects house, and they had 6 different units shooting, which means you have a whole camera crew and a camera set up for one effect shot, and then you have 5 other units doing the same thing for a different effect shot. And walking in to see these huge life, you know, scaled models of New York and Los Angeles, I mean, they don't do that anymore. It's all CGI these days. So it was kind of the beginning of the end of huge prop model pieces as CGI was coming into big play in the mid-90s.
Well, speaking of
That's
special
enough, I talked too
effects,
much, sorry.
speaking of special effects versus visual effects, one of the things on Sushi Girl that you'll see right away is that we used mostly practical effects. And we were extremely lucky, because we were extremely low budget, to get some guys that were Oscar level people to work on the film. And let's see, where is he? Right there. His name is Vincent Guastani. Come on up.
Guastini!
Vincent is amazing. He runs a company called VGP Effects. And,
he made the cock knocker fist.
Along with the animatronic wings and Dogma, and he's worked on everything from Last of Mohicans to, of course, the thing he got, Requiem for a Dream. He was nominated for an Oscar.
Hi, everybody.
So how was it like working on a tiny movie like ours?
I'll tell you, this is my new family. That's how much I liked working on this film. It was really a great experience. And you don't sometimes get this type of experience is only a couple times in your lifetime, and this was one of them. So I'm honored to work with you.
Oh, where's Carrie? Oh, Carrie? Aha! Well, we also have our line producer, the amazing Carrie LeGrand. Come on up. We're a family. As if we didn't have enough chairs already, right?
Thank you for saying so.
Thanks. So,
See, Courtney wasn't the only woman.
Yeah. No, there was
She's the only woman that was naked. I never saw you naked, Carrie. Were you? Did I miss something?
oh, Dana, you want to come up?
Come on.
Oh.
Wardrobe.
Oh, yeah, we have wardrobe.
Exactly. So speaking of Dana, how are those costumes? So to get back to everything, we brought Noah From where? Amsterdam. Maybe CERN would like to talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so we had to do kind of a last-minute replacement on the film, and we were thinking, what could we do? Who could we get for fish?
Okay, next.
I was like,
my friends will kill me if I don't get a picture with the two of you later on, whenever you guys have a chance. Thank you so much.
Yeah, let's do questions. How about, okay, go ahead, Frank.
All right, if each one of you had one word to describe your experience on this film, and we can start with
Sure.
one word for everyone. What this film is meant to be.
This is going to sound cheesy, but family. It's true, no bullshit.
One word to describe this movie. I have two, and the second one's up.
All I can say is unexpected on so many levels.
I have to say chilling.
Hunger.
Passion.
Get your own microphone.
Yes, the family.
well, awesome.
I'd have to say breakthrough because it's finally out of my head.
Amazing.
I likes mine's raw.
I was wondering if any of you plan to work together on any future projects after this that you have in mind right now.
Well, I'll tell you what. Tony's got this project out there, and I'm his star. Right?
We absolutely plan on working on a bunch of future projects together. We love each other very much, and also Assembly Line, which is myself and my three producing partners here. We have just announced that we are in Variety that we are working with Tony Todd again on his directorial debut, Catalytic.
And he's writing.
What do you think? Tell us about Catalytic.
I just got back from Puerto Rico. I was attending the Puerto Rican Horror Film Festival. And I had 9 splendid days, 2 days of business, 7 days of copious amounts of rum drinking. And I actually was walking through my lobby holding miniature umbrellas and stuff. I thought there was a parade of penguins chasing after me. And they were all waddling around and asking, so when is Sushi Girl coming out? When is it coming? Yeah, we're going to be making some noise in 2012. And the reason I brought up Puerto Rico is that I had meetings with the Film Commission there, and this is a gorgeous place to shoot. Forget about the Rum Diaries. I wanted that to be good, but they missed the point. Old San Juan, the mountains, the fortresses surrounding Puerto Rico, the history. It's one of the most corrupt modern cities I've ever known. The water is 83 degrees, like bath water is ocean. Fishing is outstanding. I caught like massive amounts of barracudas and went sailing every day. So it was hard work, but we're going to bring Catalytic there, and we're going to shoot. Go to the jungles, we're going to find it. You might get lost. They actually have legal cockfights over there. I saw it. I went there. I didn't know I would ever do that because I rescue cats and stuff. Sir, you bet on the chicken with the raised ones. Claws. You have a pina colada and you wait for the results. Okay? It's kind of like Sushi Girl. That's all I can think of. But no, we're gonna all of us. This is some parts of us, or the whole of us, or unique pieces of us. I think going to be splintering off for years to come. Years to come. And and we can only do it with your interest and your output, and your feedback.
Yeah. And turn into what we have now.
What was the budget? And what did you shoot on?
Yeah, the budget is kind of
classified,
secret, but we shot on the red.
$80 million.
Nice. Love the red.
Okay, one more question over here.
Hey Mark, I was wondering if you could do the Joker laugh.
I have very reasonable rates.
I should learn when I come and meet you guys to warm up on the drive-in, because it's like starting a car in the cold weather. I can do it, but there's a chance I'd really strip. I'll do a verbal short thing, But what I'm saying is, you can't just stop doing it. You know what I mean? You gotta warm up. So, and I didn't warm up. So.
Just to be fair to all the other people, do you guys mind giving some time to sign? Autograph, just to be fair to everybody.
I'm available to sign anytime. So next question.
Me and Neil will be over there.
Exactly.
After the thing. Let's get
And our rates are even more reasonable.
I gotta go to a birthday party. Seriously. I do.
You had said that this is actually mostly shot in like a single room, so how was that compared to other films that you guys have done for everybody? And well, that and the writing too. I know that's a little different than writing full scenes and everything.
Well, I mean, for the writing part of things, I think a big part of what we kind of set out to do was to make each character so like impactful that you forgot that you were in a single room, which we're not just in one single room for the entire movie, but a significant
It's a
amount
big
of it.
room.
It's a very, very big room. What we got lucky with, and I praise Kern for this too, because this is completely in direction, is he made our location a character itself. So not only did you have this wonderful cast here, but you also had this wonderful, amazing place that Neil got for us that had a living, breathing quality to it that didn't make it feel small.
Yeah, and there was a lot of discussion about how to break it up, different areas, in the room, and so that you're not just seeing the same background the whole time, and that the colors change, the lighting's different, and it keeps you interested the whole way through.
And each of these actors that we have, I mean, they eat it up, they tear it up every time any one of them is on screen or on camera. It's like your eyes you can't take your eyes away from them. I mean, from Noah and what he goes through in this film to just Tony's one suave MFer in this film and Mark's hair. And Andy, who's just fierce, and Courtney, who is gorgeous, and Dave, who he's hilarious. So it's spectacular.
Yeah, I mean, the acting is fantastic.
Jimmy is.
We were watching it the other day without audio, and someone who wasn't really on set with us or at any point really, he was watching it and he was saying, "Wow, this is really captivating even without sound." Like, that's how good the acting is. I'm just staring at these faces.
Yeah.
They experienced that.
Yeah.
Right?
That was actually one of the reasons why I brought the location to Kern and Destin in the first place. Was because it was large enough that we could have an area for wardrobe, an area for our equipment to be set in. We had plenty of parking, so all of the logistical things were taken care of. But then also,
yeah, it was gnarly.
Yeah. But there's also there's so many different movies that could be filmed within that one place that if we could take that and put that into one movie, it really made a big difference. So as soon as I showed them, and Søren the location, they like rushed back and started rewriting things like, oh, we got to include this and we got to include that.
And that reminds me back to the question about Japanese films. There is a large inspiration of Akira Kurosawa's Rashomon.
Yeah, exactly.
Which kind of came out of the location.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I have a question for Courtney. How did it feel to actually be the sushi girl?
In terms of what? Just being the only female or being naked?
Just the whole sense, like where you had to put yourself as an actress, maybe if you prepared or something.
Yeah,
just
well,
the mindset.
I definitely think all of us as actors connect with our characters on multiple levels. I mean, emotional and physical, and you sort of just embody this person, and you're so passionate for them, and you love them so much that it just sort of feels right. And being Sushi Girl was empowering, and she was fighting for her ultimate goal, and I really enjoyed playing her. And I used like a really good technique that I just found out like a couple years ago, and I think that it really connects you with your character, and you kind of have this bond, and you just don't want to let go. And just when it's over, it's like, is it really over? And it was a wonderful experience, and I was very comfortable. And
What technique is that? What technique is that?
that's my secret.
Okay, I think we have time for what, one more question?
Is this whole thing gonna be like a Reservoir Dog kind of feeling? Because you were saying like it's all in a single room and like everybody has their own story. So
I would say yes and no. I mean, there's certainly some elements that are similar, but it's Sushi Girl is completely its own movie.
At their basic level, there are certain
there's similarities,
things,
just at
but
very
it's
basic level.
very different film, structurally and story-wise.
Yeah.
It's much better than Reservoir Dogs.
I guess we got one last question. Okay, the guy in the skeleton outfit.
Approximately how long is this movie?
97 minutes.
All right, so 97 minutes. We got one more. Okay, right back there.
You mentioned location, but you didn't describe the location.
Oh well, the location is at Universal Studios. It's an old Chinese restaurant called Feng Lum. So if
you've ever been up there, you've probably seen it and didn't even realize it.
Yeah.
Go up the driveway, it's to the left.
It's
You
right
go
there,
right
right
to
in
where the tours are.
Oh, okay.
Nobody goes there. Bum squat there.
What month? 2 years ago? 1 year ago?
No. It was in we filmed earlier this year.
What month? I'm just curious.
Why?
No, because I work around there, and I know that there's filming there. And
Well, I mean, there's filming there all the time. I mean, like.
Well, yeah,
Balls of
but.
Fury was filmed there, and.
But no.
The short answer is March.
What does it matter?
With that, we're wrapping it up. Thank you guys so much for coming.